Oh yeah, we made it. This is the booth. We are done setting up for the day. We're gonna put up the poles for the apparel tomorrow, and I will show you the finished look tomorrow. This is the situation right now. We're gonna leave and find our hotel through this. All right guys, here it is. Completed booth. 10-foot by 10-foot corner booth with 2 6-foot tables. Very nice. Lots of room to display all of my new stuff, like my Batcat plush, for example. See him face. Very excited for these. I shipped a box. Unfortunately, I forgot to ship it on Monday. So I shipped it on Tuesday and it's coming today. So at some point today, I'll have to run back to the hotel to grab the box of plush and then run back to the convention center. So that's gonna suck because it's very humid here. Nice little table full of coffin buttons. And of course we have our diagonal display as well, showcasing all the little things. I have some new beanies. Funny enough, my manufacturer upgraded my new beanies, I guess. They're way bigger than my old ones. I've got Pee Pee Poo Poo, naturally, and I'm Baby. I don't know if people in Florida wear beanies, so I guess we will find out this weekend. Curly fell down again, so I put him back up there with some tape because the Velcro dots aren't sticking. I need to like hot glue them to the back of the coffin buttons or something, the displays. Right, what else is new? My sticker. Depressal vessel. Something unfortunate that I just remembered is we forgot to stock prints for this show. So I literally have one of these, and this is my bestseller. So that's gonna suck. I preemptively put a little sold out sign on here that says I can ship after the con, so hopefully people go for that. And then of course, I have a Kickstarter starting in 2 hours, launching in 2 hours. It's my bat bag. Super cute. I'm super nervous for it. I don't know how it's gonna perform today, but I'm hoping that by having the Batcat here in person, people will see it, people will touch it, they'll feel it, they'll be like, oh my God, it's so cute. And then they'll scan the QR code and pledge for the Kickstarter. So we're trying something new with the plasters. The plaster display, unfortunately, is nowhere near the plaster self-serve tray. So what we're doing is we're putting the Band-Aids out of their packs and just putting the pack in a sleeve with the Band-Aids out, so people can actually see the designs without having to look at the plaster display, because the display is all the way over here. So naturally, you want to show what's in the bags, these little bags. So I have the old displays out and then the new displays as well. So I'll just explain to people that they're the same. My matte coffin bags, I did not bring any to this show, but I am gonna offer free shipping for these because they're finally back in stock. The pink one and the black patent one, unfortunately, are still in production right now. They should be shipping out pretty soon though, so I'll get them in about 4 or 5 weeks. But right now I've just got signs on them that say pre-order only. A gentleman started coming through here and lifting up the tape, dividing all of our exhibitor booths, and now there's like a giant tape ball from everyone's booths. The only thing I'm super worried about the shirts specifically is the fact that they're so high up. I guess if you're my height, you can reach up and feel them, but if you're not my height, you cannot reach up and feel them. So I guess if anybody wanted to feel the texture, I could always like grab a shirt for them and have them feel it out of the bag. But I don't know, I think the display looks super nice so high up. It's very eye-catching. We flew with an anti-fatigue mat that we can stand on because we can sit here in the corner, but you're not really going to be able to see much, so you're probably going to have to be standing most of the time. So we flew with that to hopefully help our little feet and our joints. So we've got some goodies. I have a bunch of extra buttons in here for in case I run out of, oh wait, that's my Stamp Rally prize. That is also my other Stamp Rally prize. There we go. I've got a bunch of extra derpy buttons in here in case we run out of derpy, which is more than likely because we ran out of derpy at Fan Expo Denver, so we made extra just in case, and a few extra Genu as well. I also have, this is my idea for this weekend. So I have some freebie bat charms that I gave out for my coffin bag Kickstarters. I've got some black bat charms and some pink bat charms. The black ones were from my first coffin bag Kickstarter, and the pink ones were from my pink coffin bag Kickstarter. I gave them out for free for anyone that bought a bag. So since I have so many left over, I figured, you know what, I could use these as incentive to get people to pledge for my bat fanny pack this weekend. If people are on the fence about it, if they're thinking like, oh yeah, I'll pledge for it, but I'm gonna go home and do it, I could be like, well, if you pledge now and show me proof that you pledged, I'll give you a free charm. So yeah, that's my idea. All right, friends, time for a behind the booth tour. There's not a lot of luggage back here because we don't need a lot of luggage back here. We've only got one little thing full of apparel. I am so out of stock on so many of my apparel designs, so that's all the apparel that we brought. I've got my gift bags here, naturally. I've got my little freebie bat charms over there, some extra buttons. I did a button order for someone for Metrocon pickup, so that's what those are. Over here we've got restock, we've got food, naturally. We have all the beanies here. Lanyards are here. Sticker book restock, Overwatch ribbons there. Square reader, of course. Over here we've got our enamel pins, our mini charms, clear gift bags. And then here we've got our charms, clipboard, more food. And then we have more enamel pins and BG3 mini charms here. And then just more restock and a battery, some sticker restock, some bat wallets. Yeah, that's about it. We have so much room back here. Look at this. So much room. I put a little Velcro zip tie around the strap to tighten it so that the bat bag can sit on this cube. But he keeps trying to sag right here. I'm like pushing him up, but he won't stay up. So what I might do is like tape it here just so that he's more even, so he's not sagging on the side there. When you come in from this side, I just have a wall of cubes here. So I thought I'd put like some decoration and maybe a little sign with my coffin bags and stuff, just to kind of fill the blank space. Good morning. It's day 2. It is Saturday. I don't have a lot of time to do inventory from yesterday, but I will do my best. The con starts in a couple minutes. It is 9:39. The con starts in 21 minutes. So I should have enough time to talk about yesterday before the con starts. So yesterday was kind of weird. We did really well. We covered all of our expenses. That's, of course, airfare, hotel, Ubers, food, shipping costs, miscellaneous costs, and we're already profiting like 1,000, give or take. So yeah, we're doing pretty well. It was a pretty solid Friday, if I had to say. But yesterday we only sold 4 prints, which was really weird. We sold the only Arcadia vessel print that I brought, and then 2 Eden vessel prints, and then 1 Victor. That's it. That's all we sold yesterday for prints. But as far as buttons go, we sold 73. A lot of people got the 3-pack. 20 people bought the 3-pack, which was way more people than singles. We only sold 13 singles, which is crazy. For charms, we sold 57. That's a lot of charms for Friday. That's pretty solid. Surprisingly, Overwatch really popped off yesterday. I gave out a ton of ribbons. My little "It's Not a Dead Game" Overwatch ribbon for anytime someone makes an Overwatch purchase from me. And then for enamel pins, I sold 21. My most popular pin was Jinx. Oh, and I will say, I forgot to say, my most popular charm was my vessel charm. I sold 4 of him. For lanyards, I sold 4 lanyards. Sticker sheets, I only sold 5 sticker sheets. So very few sticker sheets. And then for single stickers, I sold 35. My most popular design was my Arcadia vessel design. For miscellaneous, we only sold 1 pack of plasters. We sold 1 sticker book, and then surprisingly, so I have new beanie designs. I only brought 3 of each of my beanies because it's Florida, and I thought they probably don't wear a lot of beanies here. Well, I've sold 2 I'm Baby and all 3 of my Pee Pee Poo Poo beanies. So I've sold out of those, and I've only got 1 I'm Baby left. I haven't sold any Spoopy. And the EP beanies are completely gone. They're totally sold out, so I'm just taking pre-orders for those. But no one has taken me up on the pre-order for the EP yet. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. I sold 5 beanies yesterday. That's nuts. I sold 1 plush bat cat yesterday. I sold a black one. And then I sold 3 matte black coffin bags. I did not ship any of my coffin bags to this con because I wasn't sure how they would do, and I didn't want to incur the shipping costs again because I already shipped a box of my plush bat cats. So I thought, like, I'll just offer free shipping for the coffin bags. It's fine. That's what I normally do anyway. But for the bat cats, I'm a little worried because I only sold 1 yesterday and I shipped a box of like 12. So if I don't sell any more bat cats this weekend, if I only sell like 1 or 2 more bat cats this weekend, I'm gonna have to ship the box back because we don't really have the room to just bring them back. Even though they're vacuum sealed, they just simply won't fit in our luggage, like volume-wise. Weight-wise, we could probably swing it, but volume-wise, we just don't have any room in our bags. So I'm a little worried about that. Really manifesting some sales this weekend. I think I'm gonna try to encourage people to pick up the plush and like squish them and squeeze them and hug them and whatnot. I might actually make a sign too that says like, touch me, hug me, or whatever. I don't know, but that's the idea. But yeah, so yesterday was pretty solid. So I'm also doing another show this weekend. I'm doing Anime Town, Utah. I have a proxy. My friend Ryan, his wife Gabby, graciously agreed to proxy for me this weekend. Normally she helps him at his booth, but I figured since it's such a slow, small con, he could probably do fine without her. And he did fine without her. But Anime Town is not the best con. I have a couple gripes about that show, mostly because they don't really advertise it. They really don't market the show at all. So not a lot of people show up. Despite that, we did make table yesterday. I didn't break even yesterday, which is rare for a Friday, but I didn't super expect to break even on day 1 just because the show is not great. It's really not great. However, she did pretty good for a first day, and for her first time proxying ever, pretty good. Yeah, I would say. We made less than $1,000 for a Friday, which is super rare for me. I haven't made less than $1,000 on a Friday in years. It's been a long time. But again, I was kind of expecting that because of the show, because of the circumstances. So all in all, I'm happy with how she did for a first day. I was really worried that it was just going to be a disaster because I messed something up, or I didn't do something right, or because I was preparing this show. Okay, So I emailed the organizers and said that I couldn't make the show this year because they actually changed the dates. It was originally supposed to be in May, but they changed the dates to be in July. So I emailed them. I said, I can't make those dates in July. Can I roll over my table to next year? And they said, yeah, that's fine. Just let me know when the con's over and I'll give you a credit for next year. It's like, okay, cool. And then last week, literally last week, I get a notification in my email that I got a load-in packet for this con. And I have a table number and everything, and I'm like listed in the vendor list, and I'm like, hey, I emailed you guys and told you that I was gonna roll over my table. And he goes, oh, I have it on my end that you changed your mind about changing your mind. And I'm like, what? I never, what? So I said, okay, that's weird. I'll figure something out. And so I immediately thought like, okay, I have to find a proxy. I can't just abandon my table last minute, even though this is super last minute for me to do the show because I wasn't prepping for 2 shows. I was only prepping for Metrocon. So I asked Gabby and Ryan last minute if she could do the show for me, and she said yes. She said, yeah, sure. So I prepped 4 days straight, like 12-hour days, prepping for both shows. I painstakingly numbered my displays. So every single item on my display, I numbered based on like the sections. So like 1 through 60 for my charms, 1 through 40 for my enamel pins, or I think it was the other way around. But anyway, and then I put every single item that I had in little baggies and named them, and then put a tab on them with the number corresponding to the display. So I individually bagged and numbered every single item that I had, and I was able to fit them all into those gray utensil organizers. These things, these little guys, and it took up so much time and it took up so much energy, and I barely got any sleep. But I did it. I was able to prepare for that con, and it was just a nightmare having to do that so last minute. If I had decided on a proxy so far in advance, back when I emailed them at first saying that I couldn't make the new dates, then it would have gone so much smoother. I would have had so much more time to prepare, and I would have done a couple things a little bit differently. But oh my God, you guys, it was so hard. But I did it, and it was a success so far. Whew. Anyway, I'm gonna finish setting up, and I'm gonna try to walk around a little bit today if the con allows it. It is Saturday, so it is gonna be busiest today. Yeah, that's how yesterday went for both cons. I'll see if I can't update both cons in this vlog. I don't really know exactly what sold yesterday because obviously she didn't send me like a picture of the inventory sheet or anything like that. And in Square, she kept just typing in the amount of the item into the keypad. So a lot of my sales on Square are like uncategorized. So they're not like, I didn't see exactly what we sold because she just typed the number in, which is fine. That's fine. As long as the numbers were like the correct amount, as long as she was typing in the correct price, that's fine. But like, I couldn't see exactly like how many coffin buttons we sold, how many enamel pins we sold, or anything like that, just because it was an uncategorized number. So I think I might see if she can use the correct settings in Square today, or like see what I did wrong, like where I went wrong in teaching her how to use Square. But she's doing a good job. She's doing a great job for such a last minute thing. I did not expect that she would be ready like this. So I'm proud of her for studying all the notes that I gave her and like all of the info that I gave her so far. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna finish setting up, and I will catch you guys later. Okay, friends, day 3. Today is Sunday. and I am ready for this con to be over. Let me tell you that. Yesterday was so weird. After how good Friday was, I was expecting yesterday to really pop off and be like an amazing Saturday. But surprisingly, we only made a few $100s more yesterday than we made on Friday. And let me go over the counts and figure out where in the world that came from, because the counts don't reflect that. And you'll see why in a second. Prints. Guess how many prints we sold yesterday? If you said 1, you would be correct. We sold 1 print yesterday. It was a Technoblade. That's it, 1 print. Coffin buttons plus cat button, we sold 57. So that's a lot less than Friday. Charms, we sold 24 charms yesterday. That's less than half that we sold on Friday. So weird. Enamel pins, we sold 19. That's 3 less than Friday. Lanyards, surprisingly, we sold 10 yesterday, which is pretty good for lanyards. This con is a little strange. They don't give lanyards to people with the badges. They give like a little clippy badge clip thing. So most people have their badges clipped on to like their cosplays and stuff. For sticker sheets, we sold 3. Friday we sold 5, so that's 2 less than Friday. We sold 3 sticker sheets. And then single stickers, surprisingly, we sold more than Friday. We sold 49. Wow. And then for miscellaneous, you'd think it goes hard here, but it really doesn't. We did sell a few more plasters than we sold on Friday. We sold 5. We sold 3 sticker books, 2 beanies, a pink plush bat cat, and then we sold 4 matte black coffin bags and 6 bat wallets, surprisingly. We sold all of our pink bat wallets yesterday. I don't know, man. Yeah, wild Saturday. It was crazy because I was really hoping for a really good Saturday, like a solid Saturday, and I was just disappointed. But so far for the whole weekend, I'm still doing great. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I can be disappointed and be happy with my numbers at the same time, right? Like that's possible. They're not mutually exclusive. I just honestly really hope to sell more Batcat plush today because I shipped a box here. It's a 14-pound box and I've only sold 2 plush. So I still have like 10, like 9, I didn't really count how many plush I put in the box. I think I fit like 10 or 12 plush in the box. So I have like 8 or 10 plush to offload today. I'm really hoping I can sell at least a couple because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fly back with them. So we will Tetris everything in our luggage tonight and see if we can't fit everything. I might have to stuff Jess's clothes in the backpack that I brought with my clothes, see if I can't put all of our clothes in the backpack. We've done it before. It's just really tight and the backpack is like extremely full and I can't fit anything else in there. So like all of my electronics will have to go in the other backpack. So that one is gonna be super full too, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Anyway, I hope today goes okay. Any extra weight that I'm gonna offload would be great. I think today will be okay. I think it'll be fine. Anyway, I'm gonna walk around a little bit and maybe say hi to some people before the floor opens in 17 minutes. I will go over my counts later today, probably once we get back to the hotel. The hotel's like a 10-minute walk away, and in this heat and this humidity, plus with Jess's foot started hurting yesterday from like standing up all day, even with the anti-fatigue mat. So we are not walking back to the hotel after the con today. We are gonna Uber. It's gonna be like a $10 or $15 Uber to go like a quarter of a mile uphill, but I don't care, it's worth it for me. Anyway, I will catch you guys later. So we've only been bringing 2 of each of the Pride Skull pins with us to cons lately because they really don't sell. And we sold out of both Ace pins within like an hour of each other, which is kind of funny. Yesterday, someone commented on my Davy Jones charm They were saying how much they love Davy Jones, and I was like, oh yeah, you love Davy Jones? How much do you love Davy Jones? And they said a metric. They said, I love Davy Jones, a metric. I'm like, inside I was like, a metric what? Like a metric ton? Like, but anyway, I was like, can I show you something? And so I pulled up my sleeve and I showed them my Davy Jones tattoo, and they were like, oh, I don't love Davy Jones that much. It was kind of funny. A lot of people keep commenting on my Moira Eda bag, and some people thought it was for sale. And I'm like, no, that's just my personal bag. It just shows you what kind of collection you can make, how big a collection you can make with the coffin bag. The little vessel charm has consistently been selling the best for us so far. We've sold 8 of him this weekend so far. Also, it's so funny how many people are like, oh my God, you have Severance? I have not seen Severance anywhere. And I'm like, oh no, Severance is amazing. Like, what do you mean you haven't seen it anywhere? And I show them my pin as well. And they're like, wow, that's so cool. But I haven't sold any. It's a new pin. I just got it in a couple weeks ago. And this is my first con with this pin. I'm really proud of it, but no one has bought it so far. We forgot to restock the mystery button packs, so we only brought 5, and we've sold 3, so we have 2 left. So the coin purses have been taking over this part of the display. Hopefully we can sell the last 2 today. That'd be nice. I have not sold any of my Kino merch this weekend. Normally I sell at least a sticker sheet or a charm during a con, but I have not sold any, so that kind of sucked, but it's okay. My vessel print is like hella bowing because of this humidity. That's crazy. I have gotten a few bites with the plush fanny pack. Most people just ask how much it is, and they don't see that it's a Kickstarter. They don't like read the sign at all, so I have to explain like, yeah, it's on Kickstarter right now. If you scan the QR code, it'll take you to the Kickstarter page, and everyone's like, oh, cool, and then they just walk away. They don't really care to scan the QR code. But I did get one person that scanned the QR code, and they did pledge for the bat bag, so I gave them a free bat charm. So there's this thing going on with a couple cons lately. We noticed it at MomoCon, but it's called the Goblin Market. Basically, they have like a little paper you can fill out. You can give quests to people and post it on the Goblin Market quest board, and people can take your quest and fulfill it for some kind of reward. So for example, you could say like, find me a Monster Ultra Zero and I will give you a sticker. And you write it down with your booth number saying like, yes, you can repeat the quest for multiple monsters if you want multiple stickers, or for example. So we might try that out today. I might see if I can get people to find me like Moira merch or something, or Sleep Token merch, something like that, and I would trade them for I don't know, something of equal value, like a sticker or a print or something like that. Yeah, just kind of a fun little thing that people have started to do. Super cool, especially for solo artists who can't really get away from their booth. It's really good for like sealed food, like drinks and stuff. These are the free charms that I'm giving out when people pledge for the bat bag here at the con. I've got a pink one, and then I've also got this black one. These were freebie charms from my coffin bag Kickstarters, the last 2 coffin bag Kickstarters that I did, so I still had a ton left over, so I thought like to make good use of them, I would offer them as freebies for people that were interested in the bat bag. But so far, only one person has actually taken me up on that, which is a shame because they're so cute. I really want to get rid of them, so I thought maybe that they would help make that decision for them, but a lot of people are like, oh, cool, and then they just walk away, so that kind of sucks. So I'm part of 2 stamp rallies this weekend. I've got a Hell of a Boss Has-Been Hotel stamp rally, and then I have a Summer BG3 stamp rally, and they're both doing okay, I would say. I think we're like halfway through our prize packs, at least for the BG3 one. I'm not really sure how we're doing on the Has-Been one. But I'm really bad at asking people if they want to join my stamp rallies, especially because I haven't really been selling a lot of Has-Been merch or BG3 merch this con. So I don't think to ask if people want to join the stamp rally, because if they don't buy a Has-Been merch, I'm like, well, then they don't want to join a Has-Been rally. Like, what if they're not even a part of it? But like, I don't know, I'm not even thinking about it. So I've been really bad about giving out cards this weekend, and I feel bad. This is our food stash corner. We've got Uncrustables, Hawaiian rolls, sweet and salty nut bars, grapes, and there's some blueberry muffins hiding under there somewhere. The anti-fatigue mat has been working okay, for me anyway, but Jess is having problems with his foot right now, so it's clearly not working for him. It might be a shoe issue. So after this con, we might invest in some better shoes for him. I brought so many of these freebie charms, dude. I really thought that my bat bag would be more popular, or rather, not more popular, but like more visible. But people don't really see it that often, and if they do, they don't really comment on it that often. So I've literally only given out one of these charms, and it makes me really sad. But for my bags, I brought a ton of bags expecting to give out all of them, but I've only given out a couple because not a ton of people have been making a $50 purchase, because I've only sold a couple shirts. So, and like a couple bags, but obviously like the bags are a post-con shipping order. So I would just give them a bag with nothing in it. And a lot of people that have bought the coffin bags don't have anything else. So, I don't know, I guess I should have offered them a bag anyway. But anyway, I have all of these bags that I want to try to give out today. So I'm thinking about lowering it to like a $30 purchase, or just offering it to anyone that makes a purchase from me that has a bunch of merch already in like little bags. I might offer it just to be like, hey, do you want a bigger bag to put your stuff in? Because then they would be carrying around my branding and it would be better marketing for me. I don't know. What's funny is this Has-Been shirt keeps sliding down from this top hole here. It keeps sliding down to the left. So I have to like push it over so that it can actually be visible, because right now it's directly behind the Gengar shirt because it keeps sliding down the pole. There we go. That's a lot better. Hopefully it doesn't slide down as much today, since today's gonna be a shorter day. Goodbye, Metrocon. Bye. Hi, I'm back at the hotel. We did not Uber back to the hotel. We walked with 4 large checked luggage and a carry-on, a very heavy carry-on, and 2 backpacks. Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I was really worried about the heat mostly, and the fact that it was like just slightly uphill, but honestly, it really wasn't that bad. It took us the same amount of time to walk back today hauling all of our luggage than it did all the rest of the times that we walked back from the con. So honestly, it really wasn't that big of a deal. So I'm glad we saved the extra 10 or 15 bucks plus tip. Anyway, I'm just gonna quickly go through how we went today. I added everything up and we're just shy of 5 figures. So I would say that this show was a success. In fact, I think it's just about average for me, like perfectly average, which is great. It's good. I like average. Average is great. So yeah, today I actually sold the most prints out of all 3 days. I sold 10 prints. So that brings us to 15 total for the weekend. For buttons, I sold 31. That's the least amount of buttons I've sold across all 3 days, but that's 161 total for coffin buttons. For charms, I sold 27 today, which is 3 more than yesterday, but really not as many as I did on Friday. But that's 108 charms total. For enamel pins, I sold 23. Hold on, I didn't calculate that. 63. That's 63 enamel pins for this weekend. Today, we only sold 2 lanyards. That's 16 lanyards total. Sticker sheets, we sold 10. That's the most out of all 3 days. So we sold 18 sticker sheets. And then single stickers, we sold 48. That brings us to 132 for the weekend. And then for miscellaneous, we sold 5 plaster packs today, which is the most. Oh no, just kidding. It tied for yesterday. Anyway, that's 11 total. 11 total plaster packs for the weekend. 1, 2, 3. We sold 3 sticker books today. That's 7 total sticker books. I did sell my last I'm Baby beanie today. We sold 3 plush cats today, and they were all black. Cool. So that's 5 Bat Cat plush total for the weekend, which is great because I ended up being able to fit the last of the vacuum sealed plush in one of the checked bags because we sold just enough shirts to be able to make room for it, like volume wise. Weight wise, they weigh like nothing, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so luckily I don't have to ship a box back home. That's great. Was it worth it though? Was it worth shipping the box here? I forgot to ship the box out on Monday, which meant I had to upgrade the shipping to like 2-day shipping when I sent it out on Tuesday. So it was like $55, I think, to send a box, like a 14-pound box of plush to the hotel, which meant I had to have sold 1 plush, a little over, I had to have sold 1 plush plus some to cover just the cost of shipping the box of plush, and then 2 more plush to cover the cost of the plush themselves, all the plush that I shipped, plus, so I only had 1 plush profit, 2 plush. Anyway, I don't know if it was worth it. I didn't really make a ton of plush sales, so I don't know if I'm gonna ship a box like that again. I might just bring displays and then ship them out as like a post-con shipping order type thing. For apparel, we sold 8 shirts today. A lot of them were pre-orders because a lot of them were out of stock, but that's 23 shirts total for the weekend. So not bad. About half of those were pre-orders for shirts that I'm getting in about 4 to 5 weeks. A lot of people wanted my Gengar shirts and my Ghibli shirts, which are both very sold out in most of my sizes. So I had to tell people, like, are you okay with waiting 4 to 5 weeks to get your shirt? Most people were. There were a couple of people that walked away from the sale because they didn't want to wait, or they just took my card instead and they were like, I'll get it online, even though, like, I told some people, like, well, I don't sell my fan art designs online. They're like, okay. So I guess they didn't really care that much, but it's whatever. Anyway, all in all, solid show. I really hope to be back next year, maybe in the artist alley this time, because as much as I love having a 10-foot by 10-foot space with 2 6-foot tables, it's kind of expensive, and there's not a ton of artists in the exhibit hall. So I feel like if I were with the rest of the artists in Artist Alley, I think the foot traffic there is a lot better overall. So I probably would have been able to do the same amount there for less overhead, because I'm pretty sure my corner table was $750 plus or minus fees. Anyway, that's it for this show. Next show is gonna be a local con, so that's gonna be super, super small. It'll be really cozy, hopefully. I've got 2 tables for it, which means I can bring all the plush that I want. So I don't have to ship anything, so that'll be great. Anyway, I will catch you in the next one.